look at our players to watch today. These two players have carried their teams throughout the tournament. It's Alex Heinen for BU, a .667 batting average in the 2 games. A home run yesterday against Lehigh. She's driven in 2 runs, 2 doubles as well through 2 games. And Mary Hannah Smith for Lehigh, a nice .636 batting average, a home run, and 4 RBIs in 3 games played. She homered in an elimination game in the first game against Bucknell on Thursday, and those two will be the focal points of the lineups. And on the bump for the Terriers, it'll be Allie Dubois, 2-0 in this Patriot League tournament, 14 innings pitched, just 1 run allowed, a 2-0 record, and an 0.50 ERA, Greg.
Not bad at all. Allie Dubois looking to continue her stellar career. I guess that's the best word, stellar. She's been unbelievable since really coming here to Boston University. And there's also another pretty good pitcher out there in left field for BU, and Emily Gant.
So leading off for Lehigh will be Ashley Robigo, .371 hitter. She's hitting just .222, though, in the Patriot League tournament. Senior center fielder. Takes strike 1 from Dubois, and we are underway in the championship round once again. BU will have to be beaten twice today, and if they were to lose this first game, we'll have game 2 at 1:30 right after this one.
It was the same situation as last year when BU captured the Patriot League title playing Lehigh in this championship round. In that game, though, BU run-ruled them 8-0 on a faux walk-off, you could say, to get to that mercy rule. Triple by Maddie Killebrew.
Dubois, the Patriot League Pitcher of the Year. 23-9 record with a 1.31 earned run average. 1-2 pitch is low. Dubois is just a sophomore from Torrington, Connecticut, and she's been the ace of the staff since stepping foot on campus here at BU.
Not only that, Matt, she's been the ace of the Patriot League, 2-time Pitcher of the Year. Potentially could maybe sneak onto an All-American team with how well she's done this year and last.
She's logged over 200 innings now this season, 203, 193 strikeouts in those 203 innings. This is her 32nd start. Robigo stays alive and chops it foul.
I'll never forget last year, before the season in the fall, I was talking to Coach Wars, and she was saying, oh, we have this great pitcher coming in, Allie Dubois, and now here she is asserting herself as the league's best pitcher and really a feared pitcher.
Called strike 3, and Dubois begins her day with a strikeout. She had 4 strikeouts in the start yesterday against Lehigh. 3 hits, 1 earned run, another complete game. So you have to wonder how that plays into today. This Mountain Hawks lineup faced her just 24 hours ago.
The season series so far has been 3-1 in favor of BU. Dubois has pitched 3 of those 4 games. Emily Gant pitched the other, and in league play, Allie Dubois, a .87 ERA overall, .5 in the Patriot League tournament, has been pretty much untouchable.
And now she's ahead 0-2 to Mary Hannah Smith, the number 2 hitter and second baseman for Lehigh.
And Matt, this top of the lineup for Lehigh is very, very good. Robigo, Mary Hannah Smith, Jalen Chesson batting .371, .371, .362. So if you mow down that top 3, you're really looking good for the next couple innings.
Tapper back to Dubois, fields her position, throw to first a little high, but Amodio stays on the bag, takes the contact, and there's 2 down here in the top of the first.
Matt, you talk about the youth of the pitching staff, and in the infield, though, other than Amodio, it's a lot of veterans. Seniors at second, short, third, and the catcher, Alex Heinen. So it's really the last go-around for this infield, trying to extend their careers to potentially an NCAA regional.
Number 3 hitter, Jalen Chesson, takes an off-speed pitch for a called strike. Freshman on the All-Patriot League team, hit .362 this season, 5 home runs and 32 RBI. hitting .444 in this Patriot League tournament as well. Lexi Van Ooyen is on deck. Another off-speed pitch in there for a called strike 2.
So to get here, BU beat Colgate 3-0 on Thursday, and yesterday beat Lehigh 3-2 to today. 2-1 to today, looking for this win.
And there's a called strike 3. 2 backwards Ks for Allie Dubois on the top of the first. Terriers coming to bat in the Patriot League Championship on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Lehigh set down an order on the top of the first by Terrier pitcher Allie Dubois. Now BU will get its first crack at a tall left-hander, Gabriella Norrie, who has 2 wins in this Patriot League tournament, a minuscule .45 earned run average, 15 2/3 innings pitched over the last 2 days, and she's allowed just 1 earned run, Greg, 2 walks and 17 strikeouts. She's been really impressive for this Lehigh team.
And one of the few left-handed pitchers that we've seen in the Patriot League, 6'1", plenty of drop, and gets so close to the plate, especially on those left-handed slap hitters. When she releases, she's pretty much in line with them.
The Terriers with the same lineup for the 3rd consecutive day. It'll be AJ Horta-Leipner leading off, Emily Mauro batting second, Alex Heinen will hit third and play catcher, Maddie Killebrew, Alexa Ponce, Marina Silvestri, Emily Gant batting 7th, Jen Horita batting 8th, and Nicole Amonio will round out the lineup for the Terriers. And Horta-Leipner takes strike 1 from Norrie, who pitched against BU in the first game yesterday. 5 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned, gave up 7 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And then she bounced back and pitched game 2 yesterday in an elimination game against Bucknell. Parker Boyd started that one. Then Norrie came in the first and pitched 6 1/3 innings, didn't allow a run.
Yeah, she's been really, really good in this Patriot League tournament. In the regular season, Parker Boyd was more the ace, but now they've turned to Gabrielle Norrie, who has not disappointed so far in this tournament.
Norrie, 6 feet tall.
You can definitely see the mold of the Lehigh pitcher. Parker Boyd's over 6 feet, Gabrielle Norrie's 6 feet. There's definitely a commonality there. Fran Troyan likes his pitchers a certain way.
Horta-Leipner still looking for that first hit of the Patriot League tournament. Grounds a 2-2 pitch foul. 0 for 7 at the top of the Terrier order. She hit .280 in the regular season. An all-Patriot League player. Just a freshman.
She was on the second team, but she probably could have been on the first team, second on BU in home runs. Top player in the league in doubles, up there in RBIs as well.
Swings and misses at a high fastball. First punch out of the day for Norrie. There's the senior Emily Mauro. She was a first-team All-Patriot League selection, hitting .317 during her breakout senior campaign. Terriers have 4 left-handed hitters in the lineup. Horta-Leipner and Mauro, their top 2 hitters in the lineup, both left-handers.
The matter was certainly a new position for Emily Mauro this year, a 4-year starter, but her first 3 years she was batting in the 7, 8, 9 spots. This year gets moved up to the top of the order with the graduation of 4 All-Patriot League players from last year's team, and she's really responded well in that role, batting over 300, like you said, and as a table setter and catalyst for this BU team, especially on the offensive end.
Pop up to third base, right to Payton Alsobrooks. 2 down in the bottom of the first. That brings up the Patriot League Player of the Year, Alex Heinen, who's continued her regular season success over to the tournament, hitting .667, a home run and a double yesterday. She's locked in right now, Greg, and takes strike one from Nori.
Yesterday, that home run was a first pitch, no doubter, over the left field fence. Heinen, a two-time Patriot League Player of the Year now. BU's all-time RBI leader as well. She's had a tremendous career.
Takes a fastball up and away to even the count at 1-1.
She also hasn't missed a pitch behind the plate as a catcher the past 2 years. Very durable behind the plate, and a lot of the pitchers credit their success to Heinen and her good leadership and game-calling ability.
Entered this tournament hitting .314 on the season, now up to .327. Popped up to the catcher, and right there to make the play is Emily Preble in a 1-2-3 bottom of the first for Lehigh. Scoreless after one in the Patriot League Championship round. Back here in the top of the second of the Patriot League Championship round, Matt Doherty and Greg Levinsky here on a beautiful Saturday morning at BU softball fields. Terriers looking to win the Patriot League tournament for the second consecutive year and make it back to the NCAA tournament. Look at the Patriot League tournament bracket. Terriers 2-0, Lehigh 2-1 after beating Bucknell yesterday afternoon to advance to this game, which means they will have to beat the Terriers twice today to win the tournament. Lexi Van Oyen will lead off for the Mountain Hawks here in the top of the second against Allie Dubois. Another off-speed pitch in there. Dubois has been going to that off-speed a lot early on.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Matt. First pitch, he's been going a lot of off-speed, keeping the hitters off balance and kind of using that to set up the fastball rather than the other way around.
Ground ball to third. Ponce the play. One down.
Talked about new position in the lineup for Emily Mauro, but Alexa Ponce, really the first time being a consistent third baseman as a senior. Maddie Killebrew, first time as a shortstop as a senior, and both have really shored up that left side of the infield. And especially in league play, have committed very few errors, made some very sound defensive plays that have allowed BU to win so many of these close one-run games this year.
Addie Kittle steps to the plate, a freshman. 22 RBIs this season. Takes a first pitch strike from Dubois.
One thing you don't have to worry about for Lehigh is the energy. Those chants have been firing every game.
Two straight off-speed pitches, and Kittle is down 0-2. Kittle's hit .400 in this Patriot League tournament. Takes the 0-2 pitch low. 4 for 10. He's driven in 2 runs, 5 total bases. And takes strike 3. That is the third looking strikeout for Allie Dubois.
Such a high percentage of the off-speed pitches. Lehigh hitters just getting fooled every time looking at them, thinking they're going to stay up, but instead they drop down right into the strike zone.
So 5 up, 5 down for Allie Dubois. Here's Payton also Brooks, sophomore third baseman. Hitting .248. She's 0 for 8 in the 3 games here in the Patriot League tournament. Carly Barjaktovich is on deck. A strike from Dubois. Up the middle, Mauro dives out of her reach, and Lehigh has its first base runner of the game. It's a single for Payton also Brooks.
Also Brooks batting just .237 in league play, but getting on base early in this game, trying to give Lehigh a chance here with 2 outs.
2 down, runner on first. It's Carly Bajoktovic, the shortstop. Takes a fastball away. Just the 6th hit Dubois has allowed. And approaching 16 innings pitched in this Patriot League tournament. Hits have been few and far between against the right-hander, but also Brooks gets a 2-out knock. That was her first hit of the tournament.
It's been a pretty slow offensive tournament. Last year we saw a bunch of run rule games, but this year it's been a lot of one-run, close pitchers duels.
At a 7-2 game on Thursday between Lehigh and Bucknell was the highest scoring game of the tournament.
Wasn't the case last year for sure when we were here at the BU softball field.
Chopper back to Dubois, fields her position, low throw, and it bounces away from Amodio.
Gonna guess that's gonna be an E1 in the scorebook. Still a force though at third, second, or first. So not an ideal situation, but not an insurmountable run scoring situation.
And we saw Dubois have a lofty throw to first the first time today on a grounder back to the mound from Mary Hannah Smith. And this time throws it into the ground. So runners on first and second for Lehigh with 2 down. Emily Preble, the catcher, is at the plate, takes strike 1. There haven't been many threats against Dubois throughout this tournament, but Lehigh has a runner in scoring position now. Can they take advantage of the error?
And in games like these close games, obviously you have to capitalize on a chance like this with a runner on base, runner in scoring position, even though there's 2 outs. The scoring chances between these teams are going to be few and far between. The highest scoring game between any of these teams this year of the 4 was 4-3.
Off speed just misses, and Dubois is behind in the count. Two balls and 1 strike to Emily Preble, the number 8 hitter. Jen Stoll is on deck, and then the lineup flips over to Ashley Robigo. Lehigh looking to strike first. Fastball low, and now it's 3-1.
See where Dubois will attack on this pitch. Obviously not somebody you want to walk. Bottom of the lineup, you want to get this out here.
A big swing and a miss with a full count. Preble tried to drive both those runners in and herself on that swing. Fooled by the off-speed stuff from Dubois. Now we get a full count, first and second, 2 down. And ball 4. They are loaded for Lehigh here in the top of the second. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the Mountain Hawks, so Jen Stoll, the number 9 hitter, won't bat. It'll be Reva Alderman, the junior infielder, who we saw pinch hit in a similar situation on Thursday. Lehigh had the bases loaded in the top of the first against Bucknell, and Alderman pinch hit. Now she'll get a chance to put Lehigh on the board here in the top of the second.
She has just 3 hits in league play, 3 for 15 on the season. So not someone who's getting a ton of opportunity. She does have 2 doubles out of those 3 hits, though. Maybe opting for some power.
Hit .210 this season. Takes ball 2. So Dubois got the first 2 outs of this inning rather quickly. It was a ground out to third and then a strikeout. Payton Alsobrooks had a 2-out single, then the error from Dubois, then the walk to Preble loads them up for Alderman.
Don't be shocked if Coach Waters does opt to go with Emily Gant. Maybe not now, but even to start the next inning or two, just because playoffs, there's such a short leash on these pitchers. And Emily Gant hasn't pitched yet in the playoffs either, of course. If and when she does get to the circle, we'll talk about that more, but definitely have a good backup option. But Dubois has often done a very nice job of getting herself out of these jams this year, as evidenced by that optimal ERA well below 1 in the Patriot League.
And Greg, we'll talk about this as the game progresses, but BU also in a predicament with their pitchers. Is if they lose, they have to play another game right after. So does Ali Dubois pitch both games today? Does Gant come in? How do you manage it? Ashley Waters and her staff certainly have a plan. It's being tested right now as Dubois fires in a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to the pinch hitter Alderman. A big spot for Lehigh here in the top of the second. And it's through into left field, a base hit. Alsobrooks scores. Here's Barjaktovich. Lehigh strikes first. It's 2-0.
Definitely the right decision there, as a 2 RBI single puts Lehigh up ahead early on Dubois and Boston University.
Riva Alderman pinch hits in the second inning and comes up with a clutch hit. Fran Troyan looking like a genius right now.
Fran Troyan, his 24th season at the helm for Lehigh. Lehigh has won 9 of the last 15 Patriot League tournaments. And they have alternated with BU over the last 4 years.
Back to the top of the order, and Ashley Robigo. Dubois not out of it yet. First and second now with 2 down. On a 2 RBI single from Riva Alderman.
Definitely not what you would have thought, seeing Lehigh jump out first. Especially at the bottom of their lineup, you would have thought it would have been top of the first inning with their kind of 3-headed monster at the top of the order, but jumped on Dubois, had a good eye, drew some walks, and now they're in business.
And the error really comes back to bite BU. Just a tapper back to the mound, and Dubois couldn't make the throw over to first base. That put 2 runners on, then a walk to Preble, then the single from Alderman. Swing and a miss from Robigo. 2 strikes on her now.
Lehigh taking advantage of that miscue, Matt. Putting themselves up 2-0, and with the way Gabrielle Norrie's pitching, that could be enough.
Slapped foul from Robigo. The Lehigh dugout is loud and energetic right now. 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. Just outside, ball 4, and they're loaded again for Mary Hannah Smith. That's the second walk of the inning for Dubois.
No one better for Lehigh to have up in this situation with Mary Hannah Smith. Has been on fire in the Patriot League tournament and also has a home run. And a base hit would score 2, and it would be, all of a sudden, could be a 4-0 game.
Lehigh with 2 runs in already, looking for more here in the top of the second. And all of these runs are unearned because of the error by Dubois. Can she get out of it and keep this deficit at 2-0? Off-speed pitch low to Hannah Smith. 7 for 12 in this tournament is Mary Hannah Smith. Called strike.
Lehigh's hit just one ball out of the infield, but that one did the damage.
2 singles, 2 walks, and an error. Smith to right field, but right to Horta Leipner. And Dubois escapes the bases loaded jam, not before Lehigh grabs 2 runs in the top of the second on a bases loaded single from Riva Alderman. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Lehigh on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Boston University is the site for the Patriot League softball tournament, which began on Thursday. All games will be available right here on the Patriot League Network. In addition, Navy is the top seed for the 2019 Patriot League Baseball Championship, which gets underway today, Saturday. Visit the Patriot League website at patriotleague.com and click on the championships link for more details. It's 2-0 Lehigh, thanks to 2 runs in the top of the second on a bases-loaded single from the pinch hitter, Riva Alderman. That's where we stand now in the bottom of the second. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for BU, Maddie Killebrew, Alexa Ponce, and Marina Silvestri.
And Jen Stoll has re-entered the game at first base, so that's it for Alderman. She did her job, and she'll be done for the rest of this game with Stoll back at her initial position.
Emily Gant warming up in the Terrier bullpen. We'll see if she comes into the game or they stick with Dubois.
Now that you're out of the woods in that inning, you might as well stick with Dubois. You can save Gant for later.
Senior from Dana Point, California, Killebrew will begin this bottom of the second. 256 hitter, 4 home runs.
Last year's Patriot League Tournament MVP as well set the record for 10 runs batted in over the course of BU's 3 games last year in the tournament.
Killebrew's 1 for 6 through 2 games in this year's version. Alexa Ponce is on deck. Terriers chasing 2.
In the midst of the string of 4 seniors at bat in order for BU, 2 through 5.
To right field coming in is Chesson. It'll fall for a single. Maddie Killebrew leads off the bottom of the second with a base knock.
Maddie's now had a hit in 8 of 9 games, and how about this? On April 3rd, she was batting .282, but now she's up into the 260s, batting about .360 since then, so has really heated up in Patriot League play, reverting to her last year's All-Patriot League team self.
Brings up Alexa Ponce with the runner on first and nobody out. Facing Gabriella Nori. Ponce lays down a bunt. Play to first base is in time. It was Stoll making the play. Killebrew moves up to second base.
BU playing some small ball. Trying to push across a run and cut that deficit in half.
It'll be Marina Silvestri and Emily Gant with 1 out, trying to drive in Killebrew from second base and cut this Lehigh lead in half. Silvestri first pitch swinging, stopped by Barakovic, no play. A single for Marina Silvestri. Runners on the corners with 1 out for the Terriers.
And not only that, Matt, but a smart base running play there from Maddie Killebrew. Waited to see where the ball would go, and once it went off the glove, she darted for third base, slid in easily and safely. Yesterday's game for BU, they almost had it ended up turning into the winning hit. Alex Heinen's double, but almost had a double play out of it in the base running miscue, but instead, some smart base running there. by Maddie Killebrew to get BU in a really good position here with Emily Gant coming to the plate.
Gant, a freshman, hitting 194, but a star pitcher on this Terrier team, first team All-League in the circle. Swings and misses at pitch one from Nori.
For a while, Gant dropped out of the lineup in favor of Annalisa Ruff, senior, who's on the bench right now for BU, but it looks like Coach Waters opts to bring Gant back in. Maybe that's for defensive purposes. Obviously, Gant, probably the tallest player on the team, and has a lot of range out there in left field. And has some power as well with a couple of home runs.
Left-handed hitter facing a tough lefty in Nori. Silvestri takes off for second. Now she's in a rundown. Killebrew breaks for home, and she's safe. And there's Silvestri scampering to second. She's in there safely. The Terriers manufacture a run on the base path.
There's your MLB The Show Little League 2K base running move, one of my favorites. BU has done that a lot this year, just outsmarting their opponents on the base pass. It looked like Lehigh kind of knew what they were doing, but just a great jump by Killebrew. The second Silvestri got stuck purposely and then came home.
That wasn't an accident.
No, definitely not.
Teams practice that base running play. It manufactures a run, and it's 2-1, the Lehigh lead now. Silvestri in scoring position with one down. Gant fouls it out of play.
I think that's my favorite play in this sport, is when they do that. It's just so fun to watch and see them execute it. Because every time you're surprised, like, oh, what are they doing? You think that they screwed up, but it's not the case.
So if you're Lehigh, do you just throw it back to the mound, let Silvestri get second base? And
I guess that's the play you have to. They almost had Killebrew, though, at home. It was pretty close play. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a similar thing. A lot of times, when a runner steals first and third, 2 outs, you just don't throw it. You just get back to the pitcher or whatever, let them take their base. It's obviously a tough decision to make.
To center field coming in is Robigo. It falls for a hit. Throw to the plate, and Gant takes second base smartly. Second and third, one out for the Terriers. Emily Gant with the third hit of the inning.
That's big for Emily Gant. She struggled, like we said, at the plate this year, but timely hitting for the freshman from Grove City, Ohio. And there's a reason that she's been put back in the lineup. Obviously, a lot of confidence in her coach, Ashley Waters. Rarely do we see BU with a true two-way player. A lot of times we'll see other teams with a pitcher who can hit or play another position, but hadn't been the case for Boston University over the past couple of years. But Emily Gant has broken that mold and proven a reliable and talented player as a pitcher, outfielder, and hitter.
Terriers haven't exactly scorched the ball in this inning. 2 bloop singles in the infield single, but
I think those are the kind of runs that we're going to see in this game with these two pitchers, Nori and Dubois. Both runs for Lehigh were unearned. It's just going to be the type of play that we'll see with these two teams, especially with how dominant both pitchers were and have been in the Patriot League tournament.
Silvestri on third, Gant on second. Jen Horita at the plate. Follows the first pitch down the third base line.
Jen Horita has been on a torrid stretch in the Patriot League. Although she's 0 for 6 in the tournament, batted almost 500 in league play to get herself on the second team at the end of the season, the Patriot League All-Conference second team.
Hitting around 200 in early April, now up to 280. And takes strike 2. It's 0-2 quickly to Horita. Nicola Murillo, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. If anyone reaches, it's back to the top of the order, and A.J. Horta-Leipner.
And with one out, you just need to do your job here. Get a ball in the air. And if you're Horita, you can pull it to left, although slap hitters usually go opposite way. So we'll see where she tries to go with the ball here. But a sacrifice fly could tie the game.
Horita, a really good contact hitter, third fewest strikeouts on the Terrier team, just 15 this season. But swings and misses. A nice pitch from Gabriella Nori, and there's 2 down.
And Amodio coming up now, the 9 hitter for BU, but a all Patriot League first team player. And she's had her fair share of success at home for BU. A couple of walk-off hits this season, of course, not in walk-off territory yet, but she's been proven to be clutch for Boston University.
Nori pumps in a strike to Amodio. 242, 4 home runs, and 24 RBI for the freshman.
She's also been hit by 13 pitches, which is bizarre. By far the most on the team.
2 ducks in the pond for her. Base hit gives the Terriers a lead.
Definitely a good response in this half inning to what happened in the top half with Lehigh scoring a couple of runs. Worst thing you can do is just go down 1-2-3 back to the Lehigh lineup. Instead, you've put up 1 run looking for more.
Silvestri on third, Gant on second. Terriers already with a run in the bottom of the second. It was a first and third play. Silvestri took off for second. Killebrew broke from third, beat the throw to make it a 2-1 game.
Bloop single after bloop single. That'll work, especially when you're manufacturing those runs. Really cerebral coaching and playing.
Modio takes it low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Modio batting .286 in league play. Has 2 of those home runs as well.
Foul out of play. Down the first base side, Amodio hanging tough.
Beautiful day for this, about, 65, 70 degrees almost? Sunny. Had to move up the previous day's games due to some weather, but knock on wood, looks like today will be a beautiful one for this championship round.
Amodio down the third baseline, just foul. Got a hold of that one. Still 2-2 to Nicole Amodio. What does Nori throw in this situation? Silvestri on third, Gant on second. Nori and the whole Lehigh team wanted strike 3.
A little outside.
Darren Vogelman, the home plate umpire, says off the plate, and now we got a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2-1 Lehigh lead. Amodio to right field, the right to Jalen Chesson, who puts it away. The Terriers do get a run back. The 2-1 Lehigh lead after 2. We head to the third on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Top of the third after an action-packed second inning. Lehigh scored 2 runs in the top of the first. The Terriers get one back in the bottom of the second. All-time series, the Terriers with a 14-12 advantage, but BU has won 6 of the last 7, including a 2-1 win over Lehigh yesterday to get to this game. These two teams, these two programs, they've alternated Patriot League titles since 2014. The Terriers have won the even years, 14, 16, 18. Lehigh, the odd years, 15 and 17. If the pattern holds true, this would be Lehigh's year.
And last time they won, they did win 2 games on the elimination back-to-back, staved it off, and went to the Patriot League tournament. Lehigh has had really unparalleled success in the Patriot League, winning 9 of the last 15 tournaments. At one point, they won 10 straight regular season titles, all with Fran Troyan at the helm. A real Lehigh guy. His kids go to Lehigh, as well as his wife, of course, the women's basketball coach.
Jalen Chesson way ahead of back-to-back off-speed pitches, and she's behind 1-2 in the count.
Troyan's the family made in Bethlehem.
Yeah, really.
Fran's son is the team manager as well. So, a lot of
Troyans
Lehigh blood
around the Lehigh campus. They love to bring a Patriot League title back to Bethlehem and then head off to the regionals next weekend. Terriers with the chance to celebrate on their home field for the second straight season. Last year, BU went to the Oklahoma Regional.
Who could forget? They beat Oklahoma in the regular season when they were #1 in the country. Fell to them in the regional and then fell to Missouri. Very close game. It was 10-8. High-scoring game against a fellow top 25 team, so pretty decent performance for a little old Patriot League school down in the Deep South.
In Oklahoma, #3 in the country in the last rankings. Another fantastic season for the Sooners. UCLA is the #1 overall team, 48-2 record for the Bruins.
It's ridiculous.
You know who their star is, Greg?
I don't.
Maya Brady.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Tom Brady's niece.
Great article by Tara Sullivan in the Boston Globe a few months ago about Maya Brady.
Star of that UCLA team. There's a chance the Terriers, if they win, they
or
could
Lehigh.
be placed.
Whoever wins this could play.
Yeah, both teams could be placed in that UCLA regional. That bracket will be announced tomorrow night, with the winner of this tournament getting an automatic bid. Popped up to second base. Emily Mauro puts it away for out one of the top of the third.
Look at that there. Jalen Chesson really extending it there.
Cleanup hitter Lexi Van Oyen grounded out to third, her first at bat. 324.
She gets the award for the best walk-up song.
First pitch swinging into right field, a base hit. Horta Leipner throws to first, not in time. A one-out single for Lexi Van Oyen.
7 hits or has a hit, I should say, in 7 of last 9 games for Lehigh. Cleanup hitter. Not a whole lot of power for her. No home runs. 5 extra base hits in total, but pretty good at getting on base.
Brings up Addie Kittle, who struck out looking her first at bat. Lehigh scored both of their runs last inning with 2 outs. Van Oyen and Kittle made the first 2 outs of the last inning, and then also Brooks a single, then the error, a walk, hit for Alderman. All of a sudden it was 2-0 Lehigh. Dubois was falling behind hitters in that last inning and eventually caught up to her with the pair of walks.
Right, she got those 3 of the first 5 outs, those backwards Ks, really commanding the strike zone in every at-bat, and then, like you said, Matt, kind of fell behind, and that's where Lehigh took advantage. Now Dubois trying to rework herself into getting ahead on these hitters. Obviously, plenty of outs to go in what could be 2 games. No doubt we'll go, obviously, at least the first 7.
Fastball just outside. That's ball 4. That's the 3rd walk of the game for Dubois. Lehigh threatening again, first and second, 1 out.
Now we're seeing Ashley Waters head out to the umpire. Looks like Emily Gant might be coming in to pitch. Yeah, Annalisa Ruff, senior from Saratoga, California. Number 21 is going to come out into left field. Dubois is going to go to the dugout, and Emily Gant will come in and pitch.
So Dubois goes 2 1/3 innings. 2 runners on. She's responsible for both. And they'll go to the freshman Gant. The Terriers, though, might be saving Dubois in case there is a game 2 right after this one.
Gant's first appearance in this Patriot League tournament. And you could argue Matt, that she is a better pitcher this year in Patriot League play. Dubois had a minuscule .87 ERA in league play entering today. Emily Gant, .43. Pitched 49 innings in the Patriot League with 56 strikeouts. That's over a strikeout per inning. Opponents batting just 160 off of her. 7 of her starts, she's gone complete games in league play. 8-0 record. And very few walks, just 11. Walks, hits per inning pitch, .77 against league opponents. So definitely not a terrible second option if you're Boston University. BU, of course, placed both of the Patriot League first team's honored pitchers with Gant and Dubois. And the Dubois was the pitcher of the year. And, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if number 2 in that voting was Emily Gant.
Yeah, she was sensational. Overall, a 1.45 earned run average. But the number that sticks out to me is the 145 strikeouts in 130 innings. The best K per 9 in the Patriot League.
In the best K per 7.
K per 7. That's what I meant. And she's had some double-digit strikeout games.
Yeah, she's been so good in the circle. It must be a tough decision to choose who to go with when you literally have the 2 best pitchers in the league.
So the first the first batter she'll face is Payton Ossebrooks. There are 2 runners on base. Lexi Van Oyen at second, Addie Kittle at first. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Terriers trying to keep the deficit at 1. Grounder up the middle. Killebrew flips to second for 1. On to first. Not in time, and a nice stop from Amodio saved a run there.
Yeah, for sure. Van Oyen advances to third base. So now the runners are on the corners.
Carly Barjektarovic will step up to the plate with runners on first and third and 2 down. First pitch swinging. Fouls it out of play. Barjektarovic reached on an error in the 2nd inning and went around and scored the 2nd run of the game for Lehigh. Just tapped it back to the mound, and Dubois threw it away to first base. A major play in that 2nd inning. Now facing Emily Gant. Behind 1 and 2.
Gant, much different pitcher than Allie Dubois. Likes to finesse some command around, paint the corners. Dubois a little bit more of a fireballer.
Just outside, 2 and 2.
Seems like that's been the trend, Matt, for all these teams. Each team has 2 go-to pitchers, and then maybe 1 or 2 that they trust in that rare situation.
Slap to third base. Fair ball. Van Oyen is in. A 2-out single from Barjektarovic. 3-1 Lehigh.
Just a well-placed ball down that line. Tough play to make for Ponce. Ruff backs it up. And runners stay at first and second.
And another clutch 2-out hit by the Mountain Hawks. It was Alderman in the 2nd inning. Now Barjektarovic in the 3rd. And Lehigh gets that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 2nd.
Timely hitting. 2-out hitting for Lehigh. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter coming up here.
Yeah, Emily Preble due up. Looks like Fran Troyan's going to make a move. He pinch hit Alderman with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 2nd. She came through with the single. It'll be Allison Dibsey who will pinch hit for Preble. First and second, 2 down. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Fran Troyan not shy to go with these pinch hitters in not only clutch but early situations, eliminating them from later use. Of course, in softball, you can re-enter one time if you're a starting player.
Pop up, Heinen gives chase. He runs out of room. It's 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Dibsy. Gant tries to elevate way up. 1-2.
Julia Hanfield warming for BU in their bullpen. She's pitched 1 inning in league play, the only other pitcher to throw of the 5 on BU's roster.
Dibsy stays alive, fouls it out of play, and we'll do it again. Also Brooks at second. Bayraktarovich on first after the 2-out RBI single. Ropes this one foul down the left field line. Allie Dubois out of the game. Emily Gant in the circle. Annalisa Ruff replacing Gant in left field.
So Gant moving to the flex. She'll probably no longer hit unless they decide to put Ruff in that flex position. It's the tricky thing about softball is you can have what it turns to essentially being a designated fielder. If you hit your pitcher in that flex, you can put a position player in the flex instead of having your pitcher serve as that position.
Dibsy putting up a good battle right now at the plate. Full count. Runners will be off on the pitch. Also Brooks at second. Bayraktarovich at first. Dibsy at the plate. Called strike 3 looking. Gant gets out of it, but not before Lehigh gets a run back on the single from Bayraktarovich. 3-1 Mountain Hawks as we head to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Lehigh lead here in the bottom of the third at BU softball field. Matt Doherty and Greg Levinsky, the Terriers, they won the Patriot League regular season title and the right to host this Patriot League tournament where they are a perfect 17-0 here at BU softball field, including 5 shutouts this season, but they trail by 2 in the bottom of the third to Lehigh.
Intimidation factor is looking like it's pretty much over for a home field advantage now with Lehigh being up early in this game.
Scored a run last inning, did the Terriers. On a first and third play, Marina Silvestri broke for second. Maddie Killebrew scampered home from third base, but Lehigh extended their lead back to 2 in the top of the third on a 2-out hit by Bayraktarovich. And now Terriers will have the top of the order due up, and A.J. Horta-Leipner, Emily Mauro, and Alex Heinen.
Now, Matt, frankly, I'm not sure if this counts as home and away or neutral in the statistics, but Lehigh, a better team on the road than at home, 16-10 away, 5-10 at home. So they succeed away from Bethlehem.
Emily Gant, who just pitched last inning, is throwing in the bullpen.
She didn't get a lot of time to warm up, so probably still getting a few of those spins ready for game play.
Horta-Leipner still looking for her first hit of the tournament. Batting in the leadoff spot of the Terrier lineup. Takes ball 1 from Nori. Nori's pitched 17 2/3 innings the last 3 days. Coming in and making the catch in left field is Van Oyen for the first out of the bottom of the third.
And if Nori can get in a little groove here, maybe send BU down 1-2-3, wouldn't that be a confidence booster for Lehigh? Looking less and less like we'll see Parker Boyd in this game.
Emily Mauro up with one down.
Now, if they win, I don't think so, but do you think there's any potential Nori could just stay and pitch again?
Definitely.
I don't know if she'd start, but maybe they would use her.
I think they would use her in the
situations.
appropriate time.
Yeah.
But I would be very shocked if she did not pitch
Right.
with the season on the line and a trip to the
So
NCAA
interesting.
tournament on the line.
She wasn't their ace in the regular season, at least not innings pitched wise. It was Parker Boyd, who she was really good in the tournament here last year as well. So, two good pitchers.
Up the middle and a one-out single for Emily Mauro. Nice piece of hitting there for the senior from Lakewood, California. Drives that fastball right back up the middle, and now the big bats of the Terrier order coming up with the runner on will be Alex Heinen, who popped out to the catcher her first at bat.
She got a hold of one yesterday off of Nori. See if she can do the same thing today. Got a hold of two. She had a double and a home run. And we'll see if she can continue that success here in a big spot in the bottom of the third inning. Seems like every spot with a runner on base is going to be a big spot in this game.
Terriers are 17-2 in Patriot League games this season. 36-18 overall. Lehigh 27-27. Mountain Hawks are the third seed in this tournament. Knocked out second-seeded Bucknell yesterday. Fourth-seeded Colgate was eliminated on day one. Mauro took second base, but it's going to be a foul ball off the bat of Heinen. So Mauro will go back to first. Maddie Killebrew is on deck. She singled her first at bat. She's been swinging a hot stick. Heinen lines it to right field, down for a hit. Mauro chugging along, heading to third base. First and third, one out for the Terriers.
Timely hitting again by Alex Heinen. Right in the meat of the order, like you said, Maddie Killebrew coming to the plate. Heinen playing like the player of the year that they need her to here in the Patriot League tournament. Making Nori work a little bit more. Seems like BU's kept them off balance the last couple of innings, but just haven't broken through just yet offensively. It feels like it's coming.
Kaylee McGain will pinch run for Heinen at first base.
I wonder if they're going to try that sort of trickery on the base pass again. Because no matter what, if you're BU and if you're not swinging first pitch, you might as well have Kaylee McGain take second no matter what. Because if they're not, either they're going to throw and you can go home, or they're not going to throw and she can just swipe the bag.
Fran Troyan out at the mound right now to talk to his team about what to do in this first and third situation. Take it back to the bottom of the second inning, just an inning and go. Terriers had Maddie Killebrew at third, Marina Silvestri at first. And Silvestri stole second. The throw went down. She got herself in a pickle, and Killebrew scored from third, beat the throw from the first baseman, Jen Stoll. That is how the Terriers scored their first run and only run of the game. We'll see if they do the same thing again and how Lehigh counters on the defensive side of things. Killebrew is up with
this is where the strategy
first and third.
really comes in.
First pitch swinging ground ball to second base. Smith goes to first for the out, but the run is in. Emily Mauro comes home, and it's back to a 3-2 game. So Killebrew does her job, the RBI ground out. And McGain, the tying runner, is in scoring position for Alexa Ponce, who laid down a sacrifice bunt. Her first time up against Nori. Ponce drove in 26 runs this year, second on the Terrier team, tied with Horta Leipner. Alex Heinen led the team with 36 runs batted in. Ponce's got a runner out there. Try to tie this game up with a single. Head in the count 3-0. Marina Silvestri is on deck. Taken all the way, and a strike from Nori. Ponce fouls it out of play, full count. Back and forth we've gone. Lehigh scored 2. BU grabbed a run back. Lehigh added a run. BU got a run back. 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third. A Terrier win captures the Patriot League tournament crown. Lehigh needs to beat BU twice. And there's ball 4 to Ponce. First and second, 2 down for Marina Silvestri.
What a long game so far, minutes-wise. Already an hour and 10 minutes in. Not even halfway through. Some of these games is like an hour and 10 minutes total. But the pressure's on. Both sides. Of course, BU, if they win, they're done. Lehigh fighting for their season.
Silvestri singled in her first at bat to shortstop. It was a soft liner. Oktarovich knocked it down but had no play. Silvestri takes a strike right down the chute. McGain, the pinch runner, on second. Ponce at first. Terriers with a run in already in the bottom of the third. Ground ball to second base, and Smith has trouble with it. Trickles into the outfield. McGain with the read. She will score, and we are tied at 3.
One error leads to some runs for Lehigh, and now BU gets one back via a miscue, and that is a lucky break that the Terriers needed. Game back tied at 3 now with Emily Gant, who already singled in her first at bat, looking to grab another hit. And it looks like Coach Waters might have a pinch runner, and she will at second base. Probably going to be Izzy Antonelli for Alexa Ponce.
And it will be Izzy Antonelli, pinch running for Ponce, representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the third. Terriers with 2 runs to tie this back up at 3. Emily Gant steps into the batter's box. Antonelli on second. Silvestri at first. Aggressive swing from Gant, follows it back to the screen.
No doubt that she'll keep pitching too, because if you re-enter Dubois, that means Gant is out of the game as a left fielder. BU using the pinch runners, but they don't steal a ton of bases. 3 players on Lehigh have more than the highest on BU. Just 6 stolen bases is the high for Boston University, Nicole Amodio. Ashley Robigo with 22.
0-2 pitch outside. Runners are more there for their speed, as evidenced on that McGain play. That ball did not get that far behind second base, and she was in easily. 1-2 pitch. And it's a foul ball also, Brooks.
That would have been an easy little single for her had that stayed fair.
Norrie trying to get out of this jam. Keep it a tie ball game. Gant has other thoughts up the middle, a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Antonelli, 4-3 BU. They've scored 3 in the bottom of the third to take the lead.
How about Emily Gant? Kind of unleashing here. Coming in to save the day on the mound, and now with a go-ahead hit.
And helping herself out on the mound. And Silvestri safe at third, and Gant took second on the throw. 2 more runners in scoring position for Jen Horita. And that's going to be it for Gabriella Norrie. A fabulous tournament so far for her, but runs into trouble here in the third in her 18th inning pitched over the last 3 days.
And now, Matt, it doesn't seem so far away anymore. 4 top of the frames to go for BU with a lead. Obviously, I got to shut them out, but when you flip over and you're all of a sudden at the top of the 4th, you're feeling a little bit closer towards the end of the game.
And Emily Sorum will be the new pitcher for the Mountain Hawks, the senior right-hander. She's yet to pitch in this Patriot League tournament.
Wonder what happened to Parker Boyd. Led the team in innings with 152. 27 starts at a 3.35 ERA. Not so bad. But struggled in the Patriot League tournament. And now Fran Troyan's going to Emily Sorum, who only started 6 games this year. Just 54 innings pitched. Had a solid ERA, 3.87. Held opponents to actually a team low in batting average, 228 off of her. But obviously was not even their number 2 option going into the game today. But looks like it'll be her job to finish this inning and maybe even finish the game.
And the error is once again a killer. BU allowed 2 runs in the second because of an error, and now 2 Terrier runs here in the third are because of a Lehigh error. Ground ball to Mary Hannah Smith. It ate her up, and now the Terriers have the lead at 4-3. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter as well for Horita. It'll be Maya Kimpfmiller.
Looking for a little righty-lefty matchup now with Sorum in the circle. Kimpfmiller had a big hit against Colgate. RBI triple. Coming off cold again, looking to perhaps add some insurance.
First pitch swinging, flare down the third base line and foul. Kipfmiller looks to go to that opposite field. That's where her triple was against Colgate on Thursday. Terriers already with 3 runs in the inning, looking for more. Silvestri at third, Gant on second. Fastball outside from Sorum. Nice off-speed pitch. 1-2 to Kipfmiller. Inside for ball 2. Emily Mauro started this rally with a 1-out single. Alex Heinen added a hit. 1 run scored on a Maddie Killebrew ground out. Then the error brought another run, and then Emily Gant comes through with the single to make it 4-3. Another pitch that is just off the plate. We have a full count now to Kempfmiller. Runners on second and third. 2 down. Nicole Amodio on deck, the number 9 hitter. Strike 3 called. Sorum comes in for Nori and escapes the jam. The Terriers, though, grab 3 runs in the bottom of the third. They lead Lehigh 4-3. Top of the fourth, BU in the lead 4-3. Lehigh need some hits to keep their season alive, and they are the team to do it. They were number 1 in the Patriot League in batting average this season at .289, number 2 in doubles at .68, and also tied for second in stolen bases. They'll need to manufacture at least a run to tie this game up, and Jen Stoll, the number 9 hitter, will lead off, and then there's that talented top of the order up next, and Ashley Robigo and Mary Hannah Smith. 4-3 BU lead. Emily Gant right now has a chance to put her mark on the mound in this game. Came in for Dubois last inning. And we'd imagine that it's her game to lose on the mound. Liner to shortstop, snagged by Killebrew.
Short defensive play there by Killebrew. A little air under her, nabs the out. And we have yet to really see any 1, 2, 3 innings for quite a while in this game. And hopefully for BU, they can get one here.
Gant helped herself at the plate as well with the go-ahead RBI single. And Robigo lines it to right field for a base hit. She struggled since day 1 in this tournament, but it was about time that she came through with a base knock. A .370 hitter this season. Board with 1 out in the top of the 4th, and now it's the heart of this Mountain Hawk lineup. Mary Hannah Smith, Jalen Chess, and Lexi Van Oyen. Dangerous. Smith, first pitch swinging. Foul territory, Amodio, 2 down.
It's a big out there. He got 2 gone and the force at second and first.
2 outs for Chesson, who's 0 for 2. 362, 5 home runs, 32 RBI. Just a freshman. Dubois is in the Terrier bullpen staying warm, staying loose.
Of course, she can re-enter this game as well.
Right.
So Gant came in with 1 out last inning, got the last 2 outs.
And a swing and a miss from Chesson. The strikeout for Gant. And they're going to have to run to first base. Gant doesn't throw it to second. It was a swing and a miss, but Fran Troyan saying that Chesson can run to first and both runners can advance. Terriers didn't throw the ball to the base. Now the umpires will meet to discuss what a crazy sequence that was.
Yeah, Fran
First
Troyan
base was occupied.
Fran Troyan was all over that. He was livid from the moment he saw it happen. It was strike 3. You're out, right?
Strike 3 with first base occupied.
Yeah.
So there doesn't need to be a throw down to first.
So not
Darren Vogelman, Brad White, and Line Nemeth, the umpires today. And they're going to say safe. So the drop third strike will now put runners on first and second.
That's bizarre.
Gant struck her out. The whole team ran off the fields, and Fran Troyan said, run to first, run to first. Chesson ran to first, and Arabigo advanced to second. And Terriers not out of the woods yet.
What a weird sequence.
So a tough break for the Terriers. They did get the strikeout. But the drop third strike puts runners on first and second with 2 down for Lexi Van Oyen. What a bizarre play there, Greg.
So weird. So now you're going to have runners on first and second with 2 outs, I guess, for the cleanup hitter. I don't really understand why. Why?
Right, with the base occupied.
Yeah, like, what? Why? I guess the drop. Third strike.
Pass ball.
Yeah.
So it's first and second for Lehigh. Van Oyen up. And a big spot. That call could change this game completely.
Mm-hmm.
If Van Oyen comes through, takes a called strike from Gant. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Van Oyen singled and scored last inning. Third Mountain Hawk run. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Gant battles through the adversity. Keeps Lehigh off the board. 4-3 Terriers. To the bottom of the fourth we go.
The latest Patriot League news and information, follow the official league account on Twitter at Patriot League. And you can stay connected with the Patriot League, its member schools, and student athletes through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Boston University up 4-3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Terriers just escaped having the game be tied.
Could have been a huge part in that game, Greg. Amodio first pitch swinging to right field, one down. And Carson O'Rourke is into right field for Lehigh, replacing Jalen Chesson in the outfield. It's the second F9 of the game for Amodio. Back to the top of the lineup in A.J. Horta-Leipner. Greg, with the way this game's going, you feel like the Terriers might need a couple more runs to be safe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been obviously a back and forth kind of game. Lehigh inching one way, BU almost getting there. Lehigh getting one more run, back and forth, and BU takes their first lead here, and of course they hope to hold it, but you're right. An extra couple insurance runs would certainly really help them in their quest for their third Patriot League title in 4 seasons. Patriot League tournament title, I should say.
Horta-Leipner 0 for 9 in this tournament. Trying to get on base with Mauro, Heinen, and Killebrew coming up. Emily Sorum out there for her second inning of work. And it's 3-1 to Horta-Leipner. Out of the leadoff spot, freshman from Santa Barbara, California. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Sorum. Also, Brooks gives chase, runs out of room, and we'll do it again. BU is 17-0 this season here at their home field.
That's pretty unbelievable. Literally undefeated.
Horta-Leipner is on with a line drive, single to left. Got to feel good for AJ, who was 0 for the last couple of days, but a talented hitter at the top of the Terrier lineup. Brings up Emily Mauro. Mauro started the rally in the third, singled, and scored the first of 3 Terrier runs of the inning. Shows bunt there and pulls it back. Parker Boyd up in the bullpen for Lehigh. The Mountain Hawks, they have to manage this like it's 2 games. Ground ball to first. Stolt steps on the bag. Horta-Leipner down to second. Mauro retired for the second out of the inning.
Now you do have a runner in scoring position, though, for Heinen. Singled her last time up.
Team lead 36 RBIs.
Amazing to watch how far back the outfield just moves when Heinen comes to the plate. 10 steps backwards, probably.
Fastball in there for a strike from Sorum. Objective number one for Lehigh right now, keep this at a one-run deficit. Nice pitch, but Darren Fogelman says it's a ball off the plate.
Oh, the job of an umpire.
Horta Leipner has speed on second, so you figure a base hit will score her. Heinen to left field, going back is Van Ooyen. It's gone. Alex Heinen does it again. 6-3 Terriers.
Who other than the two-time Patriot League Player of the Year, Alex Heinen, to give them a bigger lead. 6-3 now, BU. Heinen, her second home run in as many days, puts the Terriers up in front and gives them the cushion that they'll need.
That's the 10th home run of the season for Heinen. RBIs number 37 and 38. Continuing her sensational Patriot League career with a two-run bomb, and that one got out of here in a hurry. A line drive shot to left field. Terriers now have a 3-run cushion with 9 outs left. Cleanup hitter Maddie Killebrew singled in the second and had an RBI ground out in the third.
Heinen now double-digit home runs. 2 in the last 2 days. She has, cliche it is, she has came to play here in the Patriot League tournament. That is for sure.
Grounded to short, Barjaktovich on to first. That ends the inning. Alex Heinen, the story of the inning, a 2-run homer. BU up 6-3 after 4 in the Patriot League championship round. Alex Heinen with the home run in the bottom of the 4th, a huge 2-run shot to push it to 6-3, leading the Patriot League in home runs, 4th in slugging, 2nd in RBI, and what a season, what a career it's been for Alex Heinen, Greg.
Unbelievable. All-time leader in RBIs for the Boston University program, and you can't statistically add up for this, but just the success that the pitchers have had at Boston University with Alex Heinen as their catcher has been truly unrivaled. No matter who you throw out there in the circle, they're probably going to do pretty well if Alex Heinen's your catcher.
Striking there to Addie Kittle, who will lead off the top of the 5th. Lehigh chasing 3 runs with 9 outs to go. Emily Gant back for her 3rd inning of work. Pop up. Modio, the first baseman, has it for out number 1.
It's quite amazing to me, Matt, with BU getting down, coming back, and then, of course, it's Heinen who comes up with that home run. Who else would it be? She, in the past, had struggled in Patriot League tournaments, but has turned that narrative around in her senior season. No doubt about it, has been BU's best player from day one. Huge, huge home run.
One of those seniors who are playing for the final time here at BU softball field, and Heinen's made a living over that left field fence near the batting cage and the scoreboard where she just hit her last home run. She's had a lot of those here in Boston. And this senior class going to make their 3rd NCAA tournament appearance. They've become the cream of the crop in the Patriot League. During Ashley Waters' tenure, called strike 3 on also Brooks. Throw to first for Heinen. 2 quick outs for Emily Gant.
It's amazing to hear Coach Waters talk about Alex Heinen. She literally, almost reveres her. There's just so much mutual respect between those two. And when Waters came in, this senior class was the freshman class. So, and although she didn't recruit them, in a way, she paved her career at Boston University with this group. And obviously there's a major importance and connection between the coaching staff and this class.
Heinen at catcher, Alexa Ponce at third, Maddie Killebrew at short, Emily Mauro at second. The mainstay seniors.
And then Annalisa Ruff, transferred from a Division III Chapman University, is a senior as well. 2 years here at Boston University. That left side there, Ponce and Annalisa Ruff. When they both came here, neither of them expected to be playing softball. Now here they are, looking for consecutive Patriot League and NCAA tournament appearances.
Carly Barjaktovic is at the plate for Lehigh.
We got a visitor back here, Coach Waters' dog, Bean.
Great dog. Ball high. Parker Boyd is pitching in the Lehigh bullpen. We'll see if she comes in the bottom of the fifth. Grounded to third. Killebrew in the hole, no play. It's an infield single for Barjaktovic. 2-out single for the Mountain Hawks.
Well played, but certainly wasn't going to get the throw there in time. Barjaktovic sprinting down that first base line.
Emily Preble, the catcher, was pinch hit for last time up by Allison Dibsey. And the number 9 hitter, Jen Stoll. Pop up. Ponce gives chase over the dugout and out of play. Allie Dubois has stopped pitching in the Terrier bullpen. Imagine it is Emily Gant's game to finish. Dubois has certainly done her job in this Patriot League tournament. 2 complete games to get them here and pitch 2 in the third innings to start this game. And if Lehigh were to come back and force a game 2 today, I'm sure we'd see Dubois again. But right now, Emily Gant is in control on the mound. 4 strikeouts already for the freshman. And 2 1/3 innings pitched. She'll have to navigate through the heart of the Lehigh order at least one more time. Robigo, Hannah Smith, Chesson, Van Oyen will be up. Probably next inning for Lehigh, maybe the 7th. Gonna scrape together some runs. This one finds a gap. It'll get down. Harita plays it to third base is Barjaktovic, and she will score on the throw in. It's a double for Preble. Lehigh gets a run back. It's 6-4.
Another heads-up base running play by Lehigh. This time it was Boston University who took advantage on the base pass earlier in this game, but now Lehigh takes advantage. And now that hit from Heinen is even more crucial. Still with a 2-run lead instead of a tie game.
Emily Preble, the number 8 hitter, finds a gap, and the throw in from Horita got away from Mauro, allowing Barjaktovic to score from third. Number 9 hitter Jen Stoll representing the tying run with Preble on second. 6-4 BU, top 5. Fastball from Gant. Oh and 2 to Stoll. Stays alive, fouls it away. And if Gant does get in trouble, maybe we do see Dubois again.
Certainly potential for that.
Top of the order in Robigo on deck. Stoll. It was pinch hit for in the second inning by Riva Alderman. Singled to make it 2-0. Now it's 6-4 BU. Fastball, similar location. Called the ball again by Darren Vogelman. To left field coming in is Annalisa Ruff, makes the running catch. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Lehigh grabs a run back on the double from Emily Preble. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 6-4 BU. Bottom of the 5th, Terriers clinging to a 6-4 lead. Trying to add some more runs. Alex Heinen's 2-run homer the difference right now. Terrier hitters a 300 average in Patriot League play in the regular season. They don't strike out much either, just 46 Ks and 443 at-bats. A big reason why they went 15-2 and are close to capturing their second straight Patriot League tournament and regular season title. Trying to get back to the NCAA regionals for the 3rd time in 4 years. But insurance runs never hurt, and Alexa Ponce will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Marina Silvestri, Emily Gant. Due up, facing Emily Sorum, senior right-hander for Lehigh, who came into the game in the bottom of the 3rd. Ponce had a sac bunt in the 2nd and then walked in the 3rd, scored a run. Pinch runner scored a run in Izzy Antonelli.
Now, of course, Emily Gant just needs 6 more outs. Or the combination of Emily Gant and Allie Dubois, potentially.
Strike into Ponce. Lehigh will have the top of the order due up next inning. Robigo, Smith, and Chesson. Van Oyen, if anyone reaches. That'll be a crucial inning for BU. Those 3 hitters all hitting over 360 this year. And then Van Oyen, the cleanup hitter, at 324. Might be the real last chance for the Mountain Hawks. Remember, they have to beat BU twice today to win the Patriot League title. The Terriers only need to win 1 game. Driven out to center field, but right to Robigo. 1 down. Busy day for Marina Silvestri. She singled in the 2nd. Was responsible for helping Killebrew score from 3rd on the 1st and 3rd play, and then reached on an error in the third inning that brought home a run and continued the inning. He's been on base twice, been to third base both times, hasn't scored though. Emily Gant is on deck, 2 for 2 with an RBI. And a strike to Silvestri from San Mateo, California. Same hometown as Terrier center fielder Jen Horita. Did go to different high schools though, but played travel softball together.
They've been on the same team since they were 8. Now they're 19.
In the same class here. Both sophomores at BU, so they'll have 2 more years together.
We got a good 14-year run.
Silvestri inside out swing. Nice diving catch by Stoll at first base.
That was very nifty. I don't know if that might have gone foul regardless, but
I think it was.
Still a very nice backhanded catch for the lefty.
So Ponce and Silvestri retired. Good pieces from both hitters, but there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the pitcher, Emily Gant. She's helped her own cause. Drove in the go-ahead run back in the 3rd. Also singled in the 2nd.
Barjektarovic didn't like that call over at shortstop. Had her hands on her head, now her hands on her hips.
Gant takes a strike from Sorum. It is the 19th appearance on the season for Sorum. She's done a good job keeping this deficit outside of the Heinen home run. She's pitched really well. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to players like Heinen, who punish you for the smallest mistakes as Gant draws a 2-out walk. Jen Horita will come to the plate now. It's pinch hit for by Maya Kempmiller in her last at bat. Colomodio is on deck. Horita to shortstop, and that'll end the inning. We are through 5 here at BU Softball Field. 6-4 Terriers in the Patriot League Championship round.
In need to purchase that special gift? Visit PatriotLeagueStore.com to buy Patriot League Championship apparel and merchandise from your favorite Patriot League school. Just 6 outs away from their 3rd Patriot League title in 4 years, 2nd in a row, are the Boston University Terriers and Emily Gant, freshman pitcher, on the circle.
A year ago, graduating high school, now
probably less than a year ago.
Yeah, potentially closing out the Patriot League Championship. But this will be the inning, Greg. 1, 2, 3 due up for Lehigh. Robigo, Smith, and Chesson.
Of course, 2 runs is a fairly minuscule deficit to face.
And starts off Robigo with a called strike. 1 for 2. Robigo missed time during the regular season with a hand injury. Otherwise, she would have been right in the running for the batting title. .390 in the regular season, but did not qualify for her at-bats.
Now you imagine if she had qualified, she might be even on the Patriot League first team with an average near 400. And she's stolen a base in just about 50% of the time she's reached.
Lehigh would love a stolen base if she were to get on board. Takes the ball outside. To shortstop, tough play for Killebrew. Not in time, an infield single for Robigo. Showing off her speed. And nothing the Terrier infield could do on that one.
Best chance now. Top hitter, followed by her next best hitter.
Yep, Smith and Chesson. Smith 371, first pitch swinging. Stopped by Killebrew. And another infield single for the Mountain Hawks. First and second, nobody out. Remember, Allie Dubois can re-enter this game. What will Ashley Waters do in this situation? Emily Gant, just a freshman, and hasn't pitched all tournament long until today. She's pitched well, but running into trouble here in the sixth with the top of the Lehigh order doing damage. Here's Jalen Chesson, 362 hitter. Swings and misses at the first pitch.
Lehigh has just found a way to hit little infield dribblers that are pretty much unplayable.
This is to left field. Back is rough. And it is gone. A 3-run homer. Jalen Chesson. 7-6 Lehigh. Storming back in the top of the sixth.
Matt, you were right. It was the three hitters that you wanted to be up, and all three make their impact. And that leads to Lehigh retaking the lead.
No doubter off the bat from Jalen Chesson. That is her sixth home run of the year, 35 RBIs now. Infield singles from Robigo and Smith, and then Chesson, the big fly. How quickly things can turn, Greg Levinsky.
Seriously.
Terriers up 6-3, 9 outs to go. Now they find themselves trailing 7-6.
With just 6 outs of their own at the plate.
Pop up to first base, Amodio for the first out in the top of the sixth.
Chesson really cracked that ball, that one. Up in the batting cage still.
And the two tough luck singles must really frustrate Gant. I mean, Robigo and Smith just ground balls that went to the wrong spot of the infields, and then the one mistake to Chesson, and she absolutely crushed that ball. Now a pop-up. Heinen makes the catch, throws the mask, and the basket catch for the catcher.
Yeah, man, not only that, I mean, Killebrew made a nice play on both of those balls. You just can't make the throw.
Yeah.
And then Chesson's pulverizing that pitch.
Here's Payton also, Brooks.
It's good to see Gant, though, getting a couple of quick outs right after that. You know, not letting Lehigh continue.
9-1-2 due up for the Terriers. Amodio, Huerta Leipner, and Mauro. And look who's back warming up in the bullpen. It's Gabriella Nori, the starter for this Lehigh team.
And I don't know how important this really is, Matt, but you could conceivably, if you win this game, you could go with Parker Boyd, who is your ace, at least based on the regular season, and she could have had thrown no pitches today. So you could be in a really good position in terms of managing your pitchers.
She only threw 2/3 of an inning yesterday, so hasn't really pitched since Thursday. She'll be fresh and ready to go. Remember, if BU wins this game, they will win the Patriot League title. If Lehigh wins, there'll be a game 2 right after, with that being a do or die, win or go home situation
For both teams. That would be tough.
Going back is Killebrew, the diving catch. A nice play from the shortstop to end the inning, but Lehigh back in front on a 3-run bomb from Jalen Chesson. Mountain Hawks now 6 outs away from forcing a do-or-die game 2. We'll be back with more on the Patriot League Network on Stadium.
Take the Patriot League with you wherever you go. Live games and on-demand content is free and easy to watch online and on your mobile devices. Log on to patriotleague.tv or download the Watch Stadium app to start watching today. In addition, select Patriot League games are also available on a variety of over-the-top outlets and over-the-air television outlets. Please note that select games may require a subscription fee for viewing on OTT outlets. Visit patriotleague.com under the Media Center tab for more details. In other words, you can watch this game on your TV.
Perfect. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and BU now trailing by a run at 7-6 Lehigh on the 3-run homer from Jalen Chesson. Terriers will have 9-1-2 due up. Nicole Amodio, AJ Huerta Leipner, Emily Mauro, and if anyone reaches, Alex Heinen. These two teams going back and forth. It was 2-0 Lehigh, then 2-1, then 3-1 Lehigh, then 4-3 BU, then 6-3 BU, then 6-4 BU, and now 7-6 Lehigh in the bottom of the 6th inning. Emily Sorum still out there for the Mountain Hawks.
She's in line to get the win now. What looked like could be the losing pitch, the Heinen home run. Now, Sorum, if she finishes the game, would be in line to get the victory.
Heinen will be up this inning if someone reaches. Terriers can get this lead right back and then go win it in the top of the 7th. Remember, they will get their last ups as well in the bottom of the 7th if they are trailing.
And Matt, who would have thought that we'd be in the midst of a 7-6 game? I thought it was going to be a 1-0 or 2-1 sort of ordeal, but both teams' offenses have found a way to break through.
Check swing from Amodio. One ball and 2 strikes to the freshman. And a fastball low. Evens the count. Huerta Leipner top of the order on deck.
It's a good spot in the lineup. Some power, contact and power. But Sorum, a little bit of a groove.
Foul down the third baseline. Modio's thrown out to right field in both of her at-bats.
And in terms of like pinch hitters and things of that nature, you've seen them all. So these are the players that are going to finish the game. Both teams have had their share of their kind of go-to off-the-bench bats have already made their appearances.
Modio to right field again. Chesson with the put-out for the 3rd time against Amodio. Top of the order, A.J. Horta-Leipner. Singled in her last at-bat, scored a run. She was on base for the Heinen home run. First pitch swinging down the right field line, but foul.
Dubois still going over there. Wonder if she'll just come in and pitch in the top of the 7th. Maybe as a warm-up for the next game if BU can't score.
Ball outside to Horta-Leipner. Emily Mauro is on deck for the Terriers, and Emily Sorum pitching well in relief for Lehigh, in line to get the win right now. Horta-Leipner hit and through. A one-out single for the freshman. So now, barring a double play, we will see Alex Heinen in this inning. First, it's Emily Mauro, 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the third. Also popped out to third and grounded out to first base. 317 hitter is Mauro.
Wow.
Just outside. Terriers have not lost at home this year. They're in danger of doing so. That's 17-0 record at BU softball fields. If they do lose this game, there will be a game 2 right after. To shortstop, to second for 1. Gets the lead runner.
Probably the right play there by
on
Mary
first.
Hannah Smith, just to come over, cover the bag, and not risk a errant throw over to first base.
Brings up the catcher, Alex Heinen, who hit a 2-run homer in the 4th inning that put the Terriers up 6-3. We thought it might be the exclamation point on this game, but Lehigh comes back in the 6th, scores 3 runs on the home run from Jalen Chesson to put them in front. Now it's Heinen's turn. Preble, the catcher, and Sorum, the pitcher, talking things over how they're going to attack Alex Heinen in this at-bat. Maddie Killebrew is on deck.
Wind picking up here at the BU softball field, kind of blowing out towards us a little bit. Heinen has been very, very good in this Patriot League tournament. And intentionally Walker. At least a pitch out. Yeah, they're going to intentionally Walker.
So they don't want Heinen beating them.
Wow.
Heinen's going to get on base, and she's going to represent the go-ahead run.
Right.
So they're going to take their chances. Gamble here from the Mountain Hawks.
So they'll opt for Killebrew. Not sure how much of a better option that is, the cleanup hitter.
So Heinen's on the intentional free pass. First and second, 2 down for Maddie Killebrew. 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Last year's Patriot League Tournament most valuable player. Up in a huge spot for the Terriers, and they cannot pinch run Heinen. They've already pinch ran her. McGain and Antonelli have been used. Kiffmiller also used in a pinch hitting spot, and then Annalisa Ruff entered the game.
So they only have 2 players on the bench. Louisiana Reno and Julia Hanfield, both pitchers.
And a strike to Killebrew. 1 ball, 1 strike to the shortstop, Maddie Killebrew. Into left field, and that ball is gone. A 3-run shot for Maddie Killebrew, and the Terriers take the lead again. They intentionally walk Alex Heinen to get to Killebrew, and she makes them pay with a line driver down the left field line.
I wasn't so sure that walking the third hitter to getting to the cleanup hitter was the best idea, and clearly Maddie Killebrew may have taken some offense to that and instead turned that into BU retaking the lead at 9-7.
It's the 5th home run of the season for Killebrew, and what a huge hit.
This is ridiculous, huh? Feels like a basketball game with the lead changes.
It is now 9-7 BU. Ponce singles into right field to keep it going.
So now you're still going, obviously, here in this inning. 2 outs. Both those home runs have come with 2 outs, Heinen's and Killebrew's. And that one was just inches from being foul. But Killebrew just quite literal lines it for the home run. And Gabrielle Nori looks like she's going to come back in for Lehigh.
Nori, the star of this tournament for Lehigh on the mound, started this game, and Terriers hit her around, forced her out. Sorum came in, but the long ball played her. First it was Heinen, the 2-run homer, and then Maddie Killebrew, the 3-run shot in the bottom of the 6th to put BU back ahead 9-7. Once again, 3 outs away from winning this game.
So Lehigh took the lead 2-0. Then it was 2-1, then 3-1, then 4-3, then 6-3, then 7-6, and now 9-7. A lot of numbers, but that's what you want in one of these games, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's been entertaining. It's been fun. And it might not be over yet.
Probably
Lehigh
not.
still with their last chance in the top of the 7th. Will they be chasing 2 or will it be more? Nori into the game. Silvestri at the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch.
Both teams double-digit hits in this one.
Nori started this game and get 4 runs in 2 2/3. Now only 2 of those were earned. In the dirt, nice stop by Preble. For Lehigh, in the top of the 7th, it will be 7-8-9 by Oktarovich, Preble, and Stoll. Robico, if anyone reaches. Will we see Emily Gann, or will it be Allie Dubois out there for the Terriers? We've seen Lehigh now re-enter their starting pitcher. Will the Terriers do the same?
Only time will tell. Because frankly, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know. That's tough.
Ponce is at first. Silvestri, right field foul.
Because if you do take out Dubois or take out Gant, then she's done. And then if they tie it or whatever, then you do still have Dubois pitching, but you couldn't sub anyone else back out. And then her back in, so.
9-7 BU, the 3-run homer for Maddie Killebrew. Silvestri to right, Chesson in, falls for a hit. Ponce to third base. Silvestri stops at first, runners on the corner, it's 2 outs, Terriers not done yet.
Maybe they can even add another insurance run.
We've seen how crucial every run is in this game. Thought the Terriers were safe after going up 6-3 with the Heinen home run. We were proved wrong, and now, even with the 9-7 lead and 3 outs to go, it is never over. Emily Gant can help herself. Pitcher, 2 for 3 day at the plate. 2 for 2 day, 2 hits and a walk. Ponce at third base and Silvestri at first.
And so they just brought in Ruff to run at first base, and that eliminates the designated player with Gant hitting. So if they bring in Dubois in the next inning, I believe she would have to hit. So they'll probably go with Dubois.
Modio flew out to right to end this inning. Then Horta Leipner singled. She was forced out at second on the Mauro fielder's choice. So Terriers had a runner on first, 2 down in the inning. They intentionally walked Heinen, and then Killebrew made him pay with the 3-run homer. Now Gant ahead 2-0. Baraktarich, Preble, and Stoll due up for Lehigh in the top of the 7th. Pitch to Gant is away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Emily Gant. Jen Horita on deck. Colomodio in the hole, start of this inning. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
This game nearing 2.5 hours. And no shortage of dramatics. That's Coach Waters. Nice catch.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Emily Gant. Gabriella Nori trying to keep the Lehigh deficit at 2. Still fighting.
Long at bat for Gant. She's had a wonderful day at the plate. A couple of hits and a walk. And of course, another one would further this lead to what it was before of this inning.
Gant to right field. Insurance run for BU. Ponce trots in. 10-7.
So 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in for Emily Gant. BU double-digit runs. And it looks like Lehigh will make a change. Could be it for Nori, and it is. Parker Boyd will come in, just trying to get the last out for Lehigh.
Nori exits. What a tournament it was for her, though. A big reason why Lehigh was even in this situation. Just one run in 15 2/3 innings and 3 starts. Entering to today's game. She's given up 5 runs today, though. Now, Allie Dubois will on down to the bullpen again. Parker Boyd will come in for the Mountain Hawks. She started game 1 of this tournament against Bucknell and pitched in the elimination game yesterday. Gave up 2 runs in the first inning. They pulled her for Nori. It's the first time she's pinched since then, but she was the star of this Lehigh staff all year. Started 7 more games than Nori. 12-11 with a 3.35 earned run average. Jen Horita will be the 9th batter of the inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Nicole Amodio, who led off this inning, is on deck.
So I'm thinking they're probably going to go with Dubois.
With the way she's warming up down there?
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe Gant. If she gets into trouble, they bring in Dubois.
Oh, that could be it too.
Horita up the middle and through. Ruff is held at third base. So they'll be loaded for Amodio with a chance to really break this one open with another hit.
A wild game this has been.
Ruff on third, Gant on second, Horita at first. 4 runs already in this inning for the Terriers. Up 10-7, 3 outs away from another Patriot League title. Be the 2nd year in a row that they've swept both the regular season and postseason. Trying to make it back to an NCAA regional. The hit here from Amodio would be huge.
Also trying to break what you mentioned before, kind of the odd years curse. 15-17 went to Lehigh, 16-18 to BU. And in a holistic view, how about a start for a first-time head coach in Ashley Waters, inherits her first program and would have 3 of 4 NCAA appearances.
Ashley Waters has done a phenomenal job with this Terrier softball program.
And she's yet to have a team that's been completely hers in terms of recruiting. Of course, Fran Troyan is 24th here at Lehigh. Kind of the opposite on the age spectrum of seniority for Patriot League coaches.
A strike to Amodio. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases juiced. Maddie Killebrew already with the big dent in the inning with the 3-run homer. This has all happened with 2 outs. Amodio to right field. It's a base hit. Ruff is in. Gant is in. BU breaks it open in the 6th. It's 12-7. Nicole Amodio, 3 flyouts to right field. She goes back to that right field once again. This time it falls for a base hit. And
Crazy.
And the Terriers have now scored 6 runs with 2 outs.
12-7. 15 hits for BU in what once looked like a game that would go to Lehigh. Now, this game has been all but locked up. The 5-run lead and just 3 outs.
Taking second is Amodio. No throw from Preble behind the plate. AJ Horta-Leipner at the dish. Leadoff hitter. Singled with 1 out. Started this rally. Terriers trail by a run entering the inning. Pitch from Parker Boyd is low to Horta-Leipner, who singled in her last 2 at-bats. That hit in the 4th inning broke an 0-for-9 start, and her single here in the 6th got it going. She makes an out there. It's a completely different inning.
Unbelievable.
Fouls it out of play.
Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And Boston University just unleashing here in the bottom of the 6th. They might not even have to hit in the bottom of the 7th.
Full count to Horta-Leipner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third. Ropes foul down the first base side. Emily Mauro on deck. And then Alex Heinen. Three-two pitch. Fouled
Ouch.
again.
Well, if we had a game 2, it was supposed to start now.
2.5 hours.
And counting.
Game 1 of this tournament, BU Colgate, was 85 minutes long. Horta-Leipner, nice stop by Barjaktarvich. Saves a run at least, but Horita does score, and it's 13-7.
Holy moly, huh?
The hits keep on coming for the Terriers.
All these 2-out runs.
Horta-Leipner, that's her 3rd of the game. And Amodio stops at 3rd.
Top of the order is on what, their 5th at bats now?
5th at bats.
Unbelievable.
Emily Mauro made the last Terrier out of this inning. Reached on a fielder's choice. Now she's up again.
$20 combined runs. If there's a figure of over-under, I would have never taken over-under 19.5. I would have called you insane.
The 7 runs in this 6th inning for BU. They've all come with 2 outs. Started with the Maddie Killebrew 3-run homer.
Wonder if Huerta Leipner will take second, like Amodio did in the previous scenario.
Throw to second. Breaking from third is Amodio. She is in for a run. Huerta Leipner tagged out in the pickle, but the run does score. It's the 8th of the inning for the Terriers. They trail by 1. Now they lead by 7. Last chance for Lehigh. B 3 outs away from winning their second straight Patriot League championship title. BU is 3 outs away from winning their second straight Patriot League tournament championship and advancing to the NCAA tournament. Back on the mound for the Terriers is Allie Dubois to finish this one out. She has a 7-run lead thanks to an 8 spot for BU in the bottom of the 6th. It all started with the Maddie Killebrew 3-run homer. Last chance for Lehigh starts with Carly Barjaktovich and Emily Preble, Jen Stoll, and Ashley Robigo, if anyone reaches the top of the Lehigh order. Dubois started this game, pitched 2 1/3 innings, with 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. She's back out there to finish it off. Emily Gant deserves a lot of credit for her job in relief today, Greg. She pitched well. Pitched from the 3rd inning until now. Ground ball to shortstop, Killebrew to first. What, just in time, 1 down.
She hucked that thing.
Woo.
Guys stretched by Amodio. Could feel the energy now. She's 2 outs away. Somehow a 7-run lead.
It's the catcher, Emily Preble. She doubled her last time up, which scored the 4th run for Lehigh. And then in the 6th, Robigo single, Smith single, Jalen Chesson, the 3-run homer out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, Lehigh led this game 7-6, but Maddie Killebrew, a 2-out, 3-run homer. In the bottom of the 6th, to put BU ahead 9-7, they tacked on 5 more runs.
So all 8 runs with 2 outs. Unbelievable.
Now they lead 14-7, 2 outs away from winning the Patriot League tournament title. Swing and a miss from Preble.
That was one of the probably craziest innings we've ever seen here.
To shortstop again, Killebrew, 2 down. Last hope for Lehigh is Jen Stoll. Ball high to Stoll, who's 0 for 2 with 2 lineouts. Takes a strike from Dubois on the outside half of the plate. Rather fitting that Dubois is on the mound to finish up this tournament. 2 complete game victories in her first 2 starts to get the Terriers to Saturday. Now a ground ball to third base. Ponce, the throw, and the Terriers are going back to the NCAA tournament. 2019 Patriot League champions. What a season for the Terriers. They finish the regular season in the Patriot League tournament at 37-18, a perfect 18-0 at home, and 18-2 in the Patriot League. Dominant season for BU, Greg.
Absolutely, an 8-run, bottom of the 6th, all with 2 outs. Matty Killebrew with a 3-run home run. Nicole Amodio tacks a few more on. What a comeback.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. BU 2019 Patriot League Tournament champions.
Presentation going on, but it's an unbelievable performance from BU. 8th spot in the bottom of the 6th. They were down by 2. Matty Killebrew punctuates it with that home run that really just went right here. Unbelievable.
Well, it was a back-and-forth game. Both teams played really well offensively, and it was like, oh, BU's up 6-3. They felt comfortable. Lehigh comes back, takes the 7-6 lead. 2 outs in that 6th inning. It's like, all right, well, they have one more up at least. They manufacture a couple base runners. The intentional walk to Heinen might be the biggest play of that game, and then Killebrew comes through with the hit, and after them, they just poured on in an easy last inning for L.A. Dubois.
It's not often you see a team intentionally walk to get to the cleanup hitter, and in that case, it didn't work out, but obviously a strategic move from Fran Troyan, who definitely knows what he's doing. A bunch of Patriot League championships, but Boston University, their 3rd title in 4 years. Ashley Waters has been here 4 years, 3 titles, 4 title round appearances. Just how about this recent trend from BU? They have been unbelievable.
Well, yeah, they've dominated the Patriot League. We mentioned this during the broadcast. They become the cream of the crop of the Patriot League, the team to beat. I mean, you look at their season this year, they went 18-2, including the regular season and the tournament. They didn't lose at home all season, so they've become the team to beat in the Patriot League over the last couple of years in this senior class. Alex Heinen, Alexa Ponce, Matty Killebrew, Emily Mauro. I mean, they've had a lot of success throughout their tenures here with BU.
And of course, behind us, we have the award ceremony, which is just about set to begin on field level. The Patriot League Championship trophy, all the awards. We'll see who wins MVP. Could it be Matty Killebrew again, 2nd year in a row?
It could be. It could be Ali Dubois. It could be Alex Heinen. There's a lot of good options for the Terriers, and really everyone played well, especially today. The whole lineup hit 1 through 9. You look at Emily Gant. She had 3 hits in this game. She drove in 2 runs, and then she also pitched a key 4 innings of relief that they might not have won this game without her. So, I mean, there's so many players that are responsible for this win in this tournament. When you win a tournament like this, when you have to win 3 games in as many days, you know, you need everyone to contribute, and that's what BU got.
Unbelievable. See Coach Ashley Waters there hugging her dad, Doug, the photo man behind BU Athletics. Her niece running around in the field. A great day, beautiful victory for Boston University. They were picked first. They came in first. 10 players in the all-league first team. Every player in the lineup. Just a dominant season, and it's not over yet. Of course, tomorrow, Selection Sunday, they'll find out where they go. Selection Sunday, obviously awesome time. We'll see where they end up. Could it be UCLA? Could it be Oklahoma again? Who knows? But we'll be excited to find out if, when, and where these Terriers will end up. And we'll have some interviews and all that with this award ceremony going on. And just great day for BU softball.
Yeah, they'll get to enjoy it the next 24 hours or so, but then it is back to work with a trip to the NCAA regionals. And this team, they have experience. I mean, there's some teams that don't even have the experience of playing in the tournament like this BU team does, with their seniors who have been in a couple of NCAA tournaments. They were in it last year, so they know what it's like, that whole regional experience, playing against a higher seed in their home field. They know what it's like.
Announcing the all-tournament team now, Gabrielle Norrie just getting the honor. And Jalen Chesson joined her as well. Alex Heinen, no shock, on the All-Patriot League tournament team.
2 home runs over the last 2 days. Hit over 600. Matty Killebrew, of course, with the 3-run homer, which will be overshadowed because of the 8-run inning. But she had the big hit of that inning. She makes it out, and the Terriers are trailing entering the 7th inning. Emily Gant, 2 RBIs today, and pitching well. And, of course, Dubois, responsible in all 3 games, 2 wins.
That's definitely well-deserved. Alex Heinen, the Patriot League tournament player of the tournament.
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, 2 home runs for Heinen, including the big one today to push it to 6-3, and also drove in both runs yesterday in the 2-1 win as well. Well-deserved for Alex Heinen, the Patriot League Player of the Year, 2-timer, now Patriot League Tournament MVP. Her last game here at BU softball fields.
And not for a better person, Alex Heinen, probably the nicest one athletes that we've met here at Boston University. A great ambassador for the BU softball program and the BU athletics program as a whole. Very involved, a nominee for the Senior Class Award, which is awarded to a NCAA softball player that represents a lot of different positive virtues that the NCAA bestows upon their student athletes, as Lehigh gets their trophy for being runners-up of the Patriot League. And BU will take their trophy as the champions, which is definitely a familiar feeling for this group. But I'm sure it doesn't get old.
Definitely not. And you have to give your hats off to Lehigh for a great tournament. Bucknell and BU were the 2 obvious favorites. They dominated the league all season long. And it's Lehigh who upset Bucknell and played BU really tough today in this championship game.
Yeah, you can't. The score doesn't do this game justice in terms of Lehigh. They played such a well-battled and well-fought game. For Lehigh, it's unfortunate the final's 14-7. You look at that, you think it's a slaughter, but it was far from that. And we'll prepare for a couple interviews coming back as Boston University takes home the Patriot League title.